Welcome to Daps Magic, the podcast. I'm Mr. Daps. Since 2004, Daps Magic has been a place for people to celebrate Disney and positive stuff. We've been having a blast doing that. We love Disney, we love people, and we love making new friends in the realm of Disney and positive stuff. That's what this podcast is all about. We have conversations that we hope will lead to a deeper conversation with you, our friend and our listener. We'd love to continue the conversation on social media, our Patreon, or our Facebook group. We recognize that these conversations are much more fun when we have them with friends. We hope you will join them. We also hope that you will take a moment to leave us a positive review wherever you happen to be listening to Daps Magic, the podcast. In 2019, Sometimes Castles was born. It was born out of a mutual love of Disney by creators Rye and Skyla. In the years since, Sometimes Castles has become a positive community where everyone is a friend as they enjoy Disney and more. At any given time, there are live streams, vlogs, and other joyful content coming from Sometimes Castles. One of the newest joyful content offerings comes in the form of a book called I Love Disneyland. In this book, Rye and Skyla share their love of Disneyland with trivia, history, fun facts, advice, and more. It is a book that shares a shared love of Disneyland by Rye and Skyla that I had the honor of getting to preview ahead of time. In fact, you can find my endorsement of it in their book. This book is now available wherever books are sold, and Rye and Skyla are here for this episode of Daps Magic, the podcast. Please join me and Katie as we interview these two incredible people about their love of Disney, Sometimes Castles, their book, I Love Disneyland, and then a round of Fast Five questions. Let's have a chat. Well, welcome, Rye and Skyla from Sometimes Castles. We are so excited to have you. We've been talking about this for months, I feel like, and I'm super excited for you guys because you have a new book out, but not everybody knows you yet. So before we get to the book, we're going to talk about you guys, and then we're going to talk about the website or the TikTok and your whole brand. But before all of that, what is each of your first Disney memory? Because that's really the most important thing, right?
So, first Disney memory for me. So I've been going to Disney my entire life. My parents made a deal about taking us from when we were very young. My family grew up with annual passes. So my first Disney memory is honestly, it's probably just looking at pictures of me as a baby at the park. But his first memories are probably Fantasyland rides, Dumbo specifically. I was very fascinated about the knob on Dumbo to make it go up and down. My brothers would never want to be in the vehicle with me because I would make it go to the top, and that's scary, Very much too tall.
That's fair.
And then graduating from Dumbo when the Tomorrowland jets were over the People Mover. So again, brothers very scared, very tall. So I think those rides in particular were things I was fascinated with as a young kid because, again, I had a little more power.
So would you say the spinning attractions had anything to do with how you turned out in life?
I've never thought about that. But I think it's a good hypothesis. Let's dig into this as the interview goes on.
It just popped into my head.
We'll revisit this. We'll circle back.
I wonder if we just discovered something. All right, Skyla, what's your first Disney memory?
Okay, well, I was older, so at least I have some.
Okay, good. That's good.
Yeah, I didn't go to Disneyland until I was until 2015.
Wow.
So I was in my mid to late 20s, and
20 teens something.
Give or take.
Yeah.
Sometime.
Yeah, it's great.
One of the very first things we did when Rye took me to the park was he got me a happy birthday button because it was not my birthday. It was 2 days before his birthday. But because I'd never been, he was just kind of helping me make up for lost time.
So I was trying to explain to her, with a button, people will wish you a happy birthday. She's like, what do you mean people will wish you a happy birthday? It's no, cast members might be extra kind to you if you have the button. This was around the same time. I remember the tortilla factory in DC.
I was just going to bring that up.
Button and the stack of tortillas they would give you. Yeah. So those are the types of experiences I had growing up at the park. And I wanted Skyla's first visit to the park to be a little extra magical. So we might have deceived them a little bit with the birthday button, but
It was a month away. It was fine.
Was it extra magical because of that?
I think it was extra magical just in general. Not have had any magic in the past. So Fair. Any magic is more. I'll say a hot take kind of is I distinctly remember going into the Haunted Mansion elevator and everyone quoting it, everyone talking along with it. And I thought it was the coolest thing ever because like I want to go to Disneyland so much that I can recite these things. That is so cool to me. And it wasn't until like, I don't know, maybe just a handful of years ago when I realized everybody hates that.
but as you demonstrated, not everybody hates that.
Not everybody. I just say it in my heart now.
Well, and fun fact, a little side thing is Daps Magic was actually started because people were singing on the Pirates of the Caribbean and people were angry about it. And Mr. Daps was like, you know what? People should be allowed to do the things they like in the parks. And if that brings them joy, it's not bothering anybody. Mm-hmm. So it's actually very funny that,
I actually miss hearing all of the major screams at the end of the stretching room scene. Because I think 2015, I feel like that was an era still where you got some pretty good screams going on.
Definitely.
And I went on it a month ago or whatever. And I think one guy kind of went, at the end of it. And I was like, well, that's nobody even laughed.
Do you have a stomach ache?
It was, yeah. But
I don't know. People aren't as interactive now with things. It feels like
that is true.
Like we said the same thing about like parades. Like when we go to the parades now, like so often people are just quiet. They don't engage with the parade. They don't engage with the performers, and it's strange.
Yeah.
Like so.
I agree.
So
well,
let people.
They don't want to ruin their video.
Sure. Because everybody's recording now. Cameras everywhere.
It's true.
Says the 4 content creators. So we'll fast forward from your first Disney memory to today. What is the thing you both love the most about Disneyland?
You want to go first on this one, Skylar, or you want me to?
Yeah, I'll do it. The thing I love most about Disneyland is California Adventure.
Real.
Okay. The whole thing.
The whole thing. Eating.
Real.
Yeah, eating.
Nice.
Yeah. It's food festivals, new stuff at the restaurants, character dining. I really love storytellers, but Goofy's have grown on me quite a lot. So yeah, it's eating mostly.
Nice. What is your favorite thing at Goofy's Kitchen then?
The peanut butter pizza.
Okay, that felt like the obvious answer. I just had to ask.
Oh my gosh, it's crazy. Like I love they had some seasonal stuff the last time we were there, and it's like, yeah, mac and cheese. Yeah, cool. Everything's great. Meat, fun. Pizza, peanut butter pizza, magic.
And then like a character walks by you while you're eating it, and you're like, wow.
Wow. And they don't treat me weird because I'm there by myself.
A funny Goofy's Kitchen tangent. Goofy's Kitchen as a kid was the first buffet I ever did. I remember going in there with my mom and her being like, get as much food as you want to. And it's like, well, what if I don't finish it? It's like, well, that's okay. It's a buffet. It's like, I don't understand.
Yeah.
Like, what if I get something I don't like? And she's like, that's perfect because this is your opportunity to try things you might not have tried. Yeah. And if you don't like it, you're not paying more money. So Goofy's Kitchen was my first buffet I ever did as a child.
That's awesome.
And then you went to Vegas and you're like, oh my gosh, it's just like Goofy's Kitchen.
Yeah, exactly. But no characters. Or fewer.
Well, there's characters.
Not that kind of character, yeah.
They look different.
That's not Mickey Mouse. Rye, what do you love the most about Disneyland?
I mean, these days it's whatever forms of entertainment they have in the park.
Yeah.
So for me, like doing a ride oftentimes is a very similar experience every time you do it, where entertainment can be different. Going to see a parade, like even if the parade is the same floats, like you can notice different details. Or a performer might behave differently. Or while there's only one Mickey Mouse, different characters can sometimes be different in some way. So like for me, I just really love entertainment. I love seeing what they do with parades. World of Color is one of my favorite shows. So like I love World of Color and all of the unique little details, like the current version of the show with the fog machine, bubble machine. Like, have you guys noticed those bubbles in World of Color for World of Color Happiness that are filled with fog? Like,
yes,
so fun.
It's brilliant. Yes. One side tangent story that I feel like you'd appreciate since you're such a huge World of Color fan is I was at the world premiere while ago. And I guess not everything was completely dialed in, because at one point, all of the fountains pointed directly into the audience. And I was up on a riser. In fact, it's on our video. I think you can hear it. Like, I'm like 15 feet off the ground with a bunch of TV cameras and then us with our little video camera. And you hear all of the guys going, oh, because they've got $10,000 cameras that all just got drenched. And I'm just like, oh, well, there's nothing on my lens. I'm okay, I guess. And the worst part is you had all the VIPs down in the front. None of them stayed for the after party because they were so drenched and cold. But it's one of my favorite World of Color memories, because it was just one of those, like, what are the odds?
And
World
with
of Color is
entertainment,
full
like,
of
things like
chaos.
that can happen. So, like, I
Yeah.
think that's, like, one of the reasons why I love entertainment at Disney. And I miss things that, like for example, Aladdin that was in the Hyperion, because like those genie experiences could be so different.
Every
time
show
you
is
were there.
different. Yeah.
We still say salt and pepper shaker all the time.
Great joke. Yeah.
Like,
That's solid.
we,
solid.
we just see a salt and pepper shaker. We're like, salt and pepper shaker. Like,
It's funny.
So good.
yeah.
All right. Well, I believe we met through Chalk Walk. Is that correct?
I mean, that's where we spent more time talking. I feel like there was a particular after hours event where we were both waiting for fireworks, where we had a cast member
You're right.
introduce us.
That is correct.
But that was, I mean, I don't know if like that was really like our first moment, because like we met each other, we exchanged like
It was a
just
hi
good
bye
seeing.
thing.
Yeah. But
So
Chalk
we-
is when we had those real conversations together.
Where we really started connecting. And I feel like since that's become something that we both really are passionate about from my observations, what does it mean? One, how did you get involved with Chalk? And then two, what does it mean to you guys?
So I'll start with this one, honey. So we've been raising money for Children's Miracle Network for over a decade. Children's Miracle Network matters a lot to us because it's an organization that provides medical care for children, regardless of their family's ability to pay.
Nice.
Me and Skyla work in video games for our regular jobs. So Extra Life is the charity that we've historically been involved with, where you choose which specific Children's Miracle Network hospital you want that money to go to.
Oh, cool.
And then you do a long video game live stream to raise awareness and raise money. So kind of like how Chalk Walk, you raise that money, you do the walk. Extra Life, you play whatever video game you want to and raise money for Children's Miracle Network that way. So
Love it.
once we got involved with Disneyland, doing Sometimes Castles, it was an easy kind of transition to go from Extra Life to Chalk. And we did that 2022, 2023. We've done this for 3 years now through Chalk.
Yeah, 22 was the first one after COVID, right?
So I think we did
Yeah.
23 Hurricane, 24.
22 was the party, wasn't it?
So maybe
Okay,
we just did 23, 24, 25.
Yeah, 3 years.
Okay.
So we did 23 on our own. And that was the hurricane year.
That was fun.
That was a whole
So
different
fun.
experience.
I loved it.
And then 2024 is when we were approached by the PR agency that asked us if we wanted to be content creator ambassadors for that. And
I think you should say who that agency is, because they're pretty amazing.
True.
the Today Group, which is a
Yes.
PR agency Disney works with. They're the agency of record that Disney works with for Chalk. And again, you're all part of that as well. But yeah, like being part of that organization, being invited to be at Chalk like on behalf in such a like an official capacity. And we care about the charity anyways. Like this is all just gravy, but being able to see Disneyland before the park opens is like such a neat experience to be part of this and get to experience that with like other super fans like you that like truly care about the park and have that moment together.
Yeah, we have a blast.
I cry the whole time. The whole time. I literally am about to cry right now. I don't know why, but like every time
We didn't know this was going to be in the interview. I'm sorry.
Yeah, thanks. I've already been on the verge of tears for like a whole week, so thanks.
I'm sure.
How dare you?
Well, we heard there's going to be no video on this, so like no one will know if you're crying.
No
yeah,
one knows.
nobody will tell.
Exactly.
But every event we have, the walk, like every time I see the groups with the kids that they're supporting, every time I even hear the words mini walk,
Yeah.
I'm out. I'm sobbing. what they do, the work that they do is so amazing. And hearing more about it and learning more about it every year. We didn't know about the Turtle Talk thing at the hospital.
Mhm.
We didn't know about that. So finding out about that was just very, very special. They really care, and we love being able to support them.
Could you
for people-
actually explain what the Turtle Talk and Mini Walk is?
Yeah. Okay. So the mini walk is a walk that they do at the Children's Hospital of Orange County, or just a small event for the kids who cannot participate in the longer walk at Disneyland. So I believe they do have characters there too, right?
Minnie
had,
Mouse in particular,
Mickey,
which is why
Minnie.
it's, yeah.
Yeah.
Donald and
But it's like mini, but
Daisy
also
this year.
mini.
Yes. It's both. Like, so Minnie Mouse is the spokes.
Spokesmouse.
mascot. Mascot.
Mascot's a better word. Yeah.
Spokesmouse.
Yeah. Smokes Mouse. I like that too.
But yeah, Minnie because like it's the miniature walk, and Minnie because it's Minnie Mouse, but they bring other characters out as well.
Yeah.
To explain the whole joke. And then for Turtle Talk, apparently in the hospital, they have a Turtle Talk experience once a week. That feels right. Where the kids who are in the hospital can go to a room and they have the same Turtle Talk experience that they would have in California Adventure. I don't know how that works. That sounds like some sort of magic. Very interesting.
It is.
It's
Yeah.
witchcraft, actually.
And and it's right next to where they do Mini Walk.
Don't break me like that.
I just like if we ever cover it together, I'll be like right over there.
Right there.
I actually just learned that. But all right.
Cool.
Yeah, it's other things that we just learned. Well, lots of things that we're about to learn is we've known this for a couple of months, but you wrote a book, which is a huge undertaking. And you didn't just do it by yourself with an editor, but you did it together, which I could imagine in some ways made things easier and other ways made them harder. But before we get into the book, I want to hear about how you became Sometimes Castles that led to the book. So what's the origin story of Sometimes Castles?
You want to go first on this one, or you want to go this one?
You know what? You have it.
Okay. Cool. So Sometimes Castles. So before the pandemic, Skyla had wild hair that she wanted to do YouTube content. She wanted to do YouTube content. She wanted to do about Disneyland. We had been annual pass holders for a while, and she was excited to start exploring this. So there was a whole period of time where we're trying to figure out, like, what should the brand be? How should this fit together? Because again, like both me and Skyla like work in marketing jobs, like, so we understand like branding, we understand like how we want this to come together. So we came in with a lot of intent. The name Sometimes Castles came. So Skyla had been following other YouTubers, in particular people like Fresh Baked and Magic Journeys, that each of those people, their names came from something in the park. So we're walking the park, we're trying to come up with ideas for like a name as we're workshopping this whole idea of like a YouTube channel. I was fixated when they redid the name for the one shop to be Fortuosity Shop. So that was something that like I was very attached to. Skyla's like, absolutely not. No one will ever be able to spell that. That's the worst idea ever.
You're not wrong. It is hard to spell.
But Fortuosity comes from the song from Happiest Millionaire. It's the name of the song. And there's a lyric in that song that says, sometimes castles fall to the ground, but that's
Are you
where
going to sing it for us?
I mean, barely. It's not karaoke hour yet.
That is stick around till the end, and we will have our.
It's in my head now.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Yeah, there is going to be a tag.
But we love the concept of Sometimes Castles because we knew we wanted to have Disney be a big part of what our channel was because we love Disney. We spent a lot of time at Disneyland, but we also knew that we didn't only want to do Disney. So Sometimes Castles felt like a thematic home run because sometimes we'll be featuring castles and sometimes we won't.
Love that.
That's good.
So this was, if I recall from your book signing the other night, this was in 2019. Is that correct?
It was. We moved to
And
Orange County from San Diego in 2019.
And was that the first name you went with for like the YouTube and everything? Or, okay, so that was from day one.
Day
This
one. We needed the logo. We needed to make sure we could get the name everywhere.
Yeah.
And like, day one, Sometimes Castles.
That's awesome.
We workshopped the name for a period of time before we made any content. So we because we both like we overthink. So everything that we do, like we spend a lot of time thinking about. Like
it took 6 months.
You can call it polishing. It's polishing.
Yeah.
Fine.
But I mean, like
workshopping.
but I mean, that exercise we did, like, that's still the name that we carry forward today.
It was a great exercise to do. So you start this in 2019. We're now several years later. What was the growth process of this like? Because I think sometimes
Castles.
people just are like, it just happened and we're there. Like, what was it like getting started? Because, like we just hit our 15th anniversary of Geeks Corner, and I go back and look at our first episode in 2010, and I'm like, that's the worst thing ever, and I wish we could scrub it from the internet.
Oh, it's so good.
And on the flip side, I'm like, I'm kind of glad it's there because it shows how bad we were. But
it's delightfully
shows the
awkward.
growth. The growth.
It shows a lot of growth. But like, what was your growth story?
So our growth story started with stopping, I'll say, because we make this content in 2019 and early 2020, and then it's COVID. And we have 100 YouTube subscribers. And it was like, okay, well, that's it. That's fine. We did the thing. The park is closed. And I tried a couple times to make YouTube vlogs about like when Downtown Disney reopened, but I was so uncomfortable. I didn't actually want it.
It's hard.
Yeah, it's hard. And, we were all navigating it, and I didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I'm done with this. However, in 2021, both of our respective companies said, hey, can you figure out this TikTok thing? And we already had Sometimes Castles parked. So, okay, we're going to the park. Like, yeah, Magic Keys are coming back. So our first videos are some videos of when the park opened after COVID, just like vibes. And then news about Magic Keys, news about how to make reservations, exactly what we're doing now, but like way worse green screen. And then we started being able to live stream in November of 2021 based on whatever TikTok's restrictions were at the time. So Marius
that was actually going to be a
Nights.
question I had.
Yep, Marius Nights was our first big
Go Muppets.
like official. Gosh, that was so good. I would love them to bring back a more polished version of that. And then Main Street Electrical Parade. And that
Nice.
Rye started really grinding live streams for Main Street Electrical Parade, and that was like
that's what did it.
Yeah, Ryan was the data numbers, but that was what really did it.
So to add a little context for each of these things. So like first live stream, November 11th, 2021.
Oh, wow.
So that was Marius Nights. It was, it just sticks in my mind because like it was also Veterans Day.
I was gonna say that's Veterans Day too.
Yeah. Skyla very specifically, we went to Marius Nights. She's like, we'll take the live stream, we'll take the replay. I'll use the replay to make all of the video content we want to do for Marius Nights. Well, that video replay corrupted through TikTok. So our Marius Nights video on TikTok was Skyla crying about the video replay getting corrupted. Like we lost all of our Muppets footage.
Oh, bummer.
I have just pieces that I'd managed to record with my phone down here, just little bits. But his POV, his tall boy POV is gone.
Bummer.
But so to her point about Main Street Electrical Parade. So like we did a couple random live streams. Like we were part of that TikTok group that like got very deep into Disneyland live streams at the beginning. And me and Skyla both work full time. So we didn't like quit our jobs like everyone else did to go stream like 6 days at the park. But what I did do once Main Street Electrical Parade came back and Disneyland Forever Fireworks is I made the point that every Friday after work I would go live stream whatever the entertainment was at the park. And did that for a few Fridays. And people told me like that was the only thing that they look forward to in their week. That was seeing our live stream because they couldn't make it to the park themselves.
Yeah.
So it was hard for me not to keep doing that when people are saying that this was the moment in time that like mattered to them. And TikTok at the time like was really prioritizing live streams. So I kid you not, like we were getting 1,000 to 3,000 followers every Friday.
That's awesome.
So we built Sometimes Castles on Friday live streams and Skyla doing news about what's going on in the park.
Love it. So I think it's easy to hear these stories and be like, oh, that's awesome. That they just have the magic touch. Like this is something that they came up with and they're very charming and personable and I like them and they're just that kind of a person. What would you say is the grind Because like all of these things take work. It's fun and it's the best work on the planet, in my opinion. But like, what's a week look like for you? Like, what's the work part of Sometimes Castles?
That is what we need, a video every day. So what is that content every day, and what is the quality of that content? Because we generally, not 100% of the time, generally don't just put out something. We always have thought and intent behind what we're doing. What news has just dropped? What is something new that's happening? Have we just gone to an event? Do we need to get something up about that quickly? And then it's just like, yeah, what does that schedule look like? Who's making those videos? We have full-time jobs. We work sometimes more than 40 hours a week in those jobs. So who's doing it and when? And like, I'm doing this on lunch, or I have to bank a bunch of videos tonight. It's sometimes being out of gas at the end of the week, and Rye still has to go live stream. It is not a has to. We did say at any point, if we don't want to do this, we won't, right? Like, and that was really important to us to say. But he wants to be there to live stream, but sometimes you have a hard week. So now you go and you're turning it on. You are the Disney version of yourself.
2022, I was working in San Diego. So we live kind of close to the park. I would drive to San Diego for work. I would come home. So I would leave San Diego at 6, get home at around 7, do dinner with Skyla and Barley because I wanted to actually see them each day.
Yeah.
And then go over to the park and carve out my spot for Main Street Electrical Parade and go live stream over there for Friday. So so I would get 1 hour with her on those Fridays.
Yeah.
And that was the time we got together. But again, it's one day a week, and it was something that mattered to us.
Yeah.
And again, back to your point about the grind and growing something, we did that. I mean, I'm still doing that. I'm still every Friday live streaming on TikTok again.
I see it up there every week. Yeah.
It makes me happy.
So we've been doing that now, like 2022, 3, 4. So it's like over 4 years, almost every Friday. We're going to skip the 24th, and we're going to skip Halloween because 24th, we've got a book sign in. Halloween, she actually wants to spend time with me. But with the exception of those 2 Fridays, like pretty much every Friday this year.
Yeah. But we're always thinking about like, who are you reaching out to? It's spooky season, right? We got to book those up in July, August. We got to start getting on it. It's like, it's all, if you have a video go viral, oopsies, it's the comments. They're not always nice, right? It's like, there's a lot of the work that happens.
And I think it's just always good to bring that up because I think there's often a glamorized perception of what we do that's based on what they see on camera. And that's the fun part. Like, that's what we build to, is those moments you see on camera, and those kind of are our like shining moments that we really get to celebrate. But you don't see all of the brainstorming and then cultivating and editing and deleting because that wasn't good enough.
Yep, the corruptions.
Corruptions or the comments. Like, I had a lot of fun ones when I decided to have a beard.
And wear a trilby.
Yeah, and
that big beard I had, was it into 2023, early 2024? Was that the timing, Skyla?
That feels right.
So it was a live stream. It's like a December live stream where people, like some of the people in chat were like, we'd like to see your beard bigger. Can you grow it bigger? It's like, yeah, totally. And I grew it for like months. Why not? And then one day Skyla was like, have you thought about maybe not doing it anymore?
I love that.
So what do you love most about what you guys do with Sometimes Castles?
I mean, I think for me, like the biggest thing for me, and it's kind of a continuation of what I was talking about for live stream, it's the connection with community. So we are building community. We are building a hub for people to spend time together. Like when we do these Friday live streams, it's not so much I'm streaming a parade. It's not so much I'm streaming fireworks. It's the group of people that come together and get that moment in time together on Fridays. When we're doing a video, like people come to our videos and like, this is a moment for them to like celebrate this community we have here at the park. Like, we love doing videos with other people when we can, because like we want to be an active contributing member of this Disneyland content creator community. So for me personally, my favorite thing is like, how do we build a community together and be good spokespeople for a community? Because like we want to cultivate the community we want to have. And that means being good influences And sometimes that means when people aren't super awesome, running away from drama.
Yeah. Turning the other cheek and walking away.
That's been the really cool
Bye-bye.
thing when I tune into your guys' live streams is there's always just this like, I feel like you guys are party hosts of like the most happening party, and every single person who walks in your front door is welcome, and they're celebrated for who they are, and they are met where they're at. And I think you guys do a really good job of that. And so I am glad that you love that because you're really good at it. Yeah, that's Skyla. What do you love about Sometimes Castles?
That's people who tell us the stories of why this matters to them.
Yeah.
And we've had people who have been watching us since 2021 in our little Discord, people who have like, we've mailed, little birthday gifts to their kids, and like the actual friendships that we've made from this. And it's like, that's the part that matters. And to be like too frank and too transparent, we spend more money being Sometimes Castles than we make as Sometimes Castles, right? Yeah. So it's not even about that. It could never really be about that, to be honest. It has to be about loving what we do, because otherwise we would not be working essentially 2 jobs to do it.
I mean, if you count like making content, making the book, it feels like this year we've been doing 3 jobs.
3 jobs.
I would think so.
So what has been something totally unexpected, and you can absolutely say the book, but something that has come out of the adventure of Sometimes Castles that is just, you've had the what is my life moment?
I mean, the book is 100% that, but I think we can touch on that a little bit later. So Skyla, not the book. Thoughts?
It always feels like it's sort of happening to somebody else. I was at the park today and I heard somebody just go, "Oh my God." And I was like, "Do I have a cockroach on me? What is happening?" And it wasn't about the cockroach. It was about me. And I was like, "Whoa, wait, hold on a second." The connections that we've made, the things that we've been able to do, the places we've gone. I didn't expect, I don't know, Dollywood to be like, "Yeah, let's go. I'll get you anything you want." And that's always a surprise. Anytime someone says yes, it's a surprise. So like, oh, it happened to me. Thank you.
Yeah.
The book was like, we don't really chart out, this is what we want to do as Castles. We just always want to be doing more, getting better, having new opportunities. That was certainly not on the vision board.
Rye, is it the same for you?
Repeat the question one more time, because my brain's gone in a whole different direction, like I'm some hamster.
So trust and believe. My brain is made up of glitter and the color pink. Yeah. So sometimes when I should be thinking about important things, it's just like a vinyl spinning around in there. Yes, very much the monkey with the symbols.
The monkey with the symbols, yeah.
You were right there with me. What has been the most unexpected, not the most expected, that'd be weird, the most unexpected thing to come out of being Sometimes Castles?
I mean, it's the people we meet. And I think it's like people that like we look up to and then just notice us. I mean, like having these conversations with you two is one example, but like Ordinary Adventures is one of the people that like Skyla was watching a lot of YouTube videos from before she even did something.
Yeah.
And like Witcher and Peter just one day walk up and like, "Hey, Skyla." And she's like, what?
No, you're a person in my screen. What do you
mean? Yeah. Why are you speaking to me?
Because Skyla had 3 very specific YouTubers she told me I could never talk to because they were too important and too cool. And Ordinary Adventures was on that list. And then they just come up and say, "Hi, Skyla."
And so Skyla throws up.
Totally fair.
That's real. Yeah.
Yep.
But weird. But people like Disney Imagineers, Disney cast members, I think more so than that. So when we do the Friday entertainment, this is probably a better example.
Oh, this one's fun.
People from the shows have really reached out to us in a big way. People from the pyro teams for fireworks, the World of Color teams, because like they don't ever get to see their own show. So they use Sometimes Castles as a way to make sure that their show looks good. And because of that, like we exchange information now. When we do Christmas cards, like we mail these guys Christmas cards. Like it's a weird kind of
that is a what is my life moment.
But yes, like
Yeah.
because like I love the shows and I love streaming the shows. I love being a part of that, but it never occurred to me that the pyrotechs don't see their own show because they're doing the show. So if they're able to pop up TikTok easily and check that things are lined up the way that they want them to, like what a huge win for them and how we are just part of this community altogether.
Who performs fireworks for the fireworks, man?
I guess that's me.
There you go. Love it. All right. It is time. You wrote a book. It's a beautiful book. I got to read it early, which was such an honor and was a lot of fun because I will say the first thing that popped into my head, because you guys asked me to write something about it too. And I was like, well, it makes me smile. And I was like, well, I can't just say that makes me smile because that's not profound in any way. But I'm like, but that's really what it is you read it. It's like, I love Disneyland too. And that's really what, like, it's perfectly titled because you guys show your passion, your love of Disneyland through this book. But before we get too much into the book, how did this happen? Like, how did it come about?
We got an email. We got an email on November 5th, 2024, titled Adams Media Inquiry, Adams Author Media Inquiry Disneyland book.
Mm-hmm.
I said, and I looked at it and I was like, I don't know. I actually think she might have had to follow up one time. Like,
oh, okay.
Hey, did you get this?
So
like a corporate phishing attempt.
Yeah.
We get an incredible amount of emails. So because you guys aren't like deep on TikTok, so TikTok gives your contact information to literally anybody that ever might want to do anything with you. So we get hundreds of emails every day, and they're all these insane opportunities. Like, how would you like this portable battery that can charge your fish tank? And
would you like to be on a dating app? And I'm like, oh yeah, certainly that works for us. The couple.
Yeah, you're like, thank you so much for watching our content.
Yeah.
Right.
So like initially we didn't think anything of it, and then they asked again, and we were like, can you just get on like a video call with us so we could actually. Because like we thought we were getting punked. Like we thought it was like a big, like not a real thing. And it was a real thing.
Hello, Neve and Max from Catfish. I've got a case for you.
I had to confirm things like, they give you an advance on royalties, right? I had to confirm things like, do I have to pay this back?
Yeah,
right.
Book doesn't sell any copies. Like things I didn't know. I've got no idea. I have no idea what's going on. They had us write a sample. They accepted said sample and then told us sort of they had an idea of how they want this to go, right? Because they worked with Dapper Danielle to do Magic Kingdom. And so they had a plan of sort of how they wanted the book to be structured and what they wanted it to cover. And they gave us the vision and we brought it to life, I guess.
And so talk about how do you've got vision, you've got a contract, you've got your advance. You have to put pen to paper at some point. Or type
finger
or whatever
to
it
keyboard.
is. Finger to keyboard now. I just dated myself a little bit. But
typewriter.
What's a pen?
That's it. Click, 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 click. Yes. So how did you get started with the process of actually going from here's the vision, let's write a book?
Poorly, but we got there. So originally we just divided it half and half. It's like, which chapters do you want? Which chapters do you want? It'll be easy. We'll each just literally write half.
And you have the exact same voice, right?
Yeah. Obviously we talk the same. It's fine.
Yeah.
So we found different things. Like for me, I had a easy time writing a lot of words, but I wouldn't say that it was like as cohesive as I wanted it to be. And Skyla had such a hard time starting sections, but like she would rewrite and rewrite and rewrite. And what she wrote was like really great. But like, she's like, how do I write this half of this book when I'm just rewriting all of the same things over and over until they're perfect?
You should have seen Tomorrowland at the beginning because that was my chapter and it was a disaster. Not only did I spend 1 billion hours rewriting it, but they want a book that has a little bit of history and some facts and a lot of current stuff, right? They want it to be for people who are going to the park right now. Tomorrowland was only everything Tomorrowland had been from day one, and I made it to like 1962, and I was like, honey, help. I can't be a Tomorrowland historian. I need you.
I was like, Tomorrowland is intense.
It's a lot. Yeah. You can go real deep there.
But I mean, you can even like when you go through the Tomorrowland chapter, you can find like some of that remnants of like Skyla and like the deep history, the stuff that like, because she was so attached to it.
Corridor of Murals. I was not letting that go.
Oh,
that stays.
You know what? You should get to keep some stuff.
I kept that one.
I think you should.
But we found a process that worked for us. So what we originally envisioned that we would do isn't what we ended up doing. And we got into a situation where we found a better rhythm with each other and what worked with us in that regard. And then once we started working with the editor on Adam's side, like how we delivered stuff to them, how they got us feedback back and forth. So starting was very hard for us. But once we got to about March, I feel like we had a pretty good rhythm about where we wanted to be. So I think what we delivered, like, we're actually very proud of. But the starting was the hardest part. We're often with creative projects, like creative projects me and Skyla have had previously, starting's easy and finishing something's hard. And the book was kind of the opposite, where starting was hard, but like once we got to the bottom, like towards the bottom of the hill, it got easier.
There's a lot of laying on the floor at midnight, just being like, why can I do this? Yeah.
And despite the Haunted Mansion question at your book signing,
that was actually my brother, because I vented to him about like our editor, and he wanted to troll me during the.
Well, part of my backstory is I have edited a few books, and so when you first asked me, I was kind of like, oh gosh, they really don't want me to read this. Like, I'm the wrong person to look at this, and thankfully I relaxed. Like as I was going further into, I'm like, oh, we're good. Like no major issues. I don't remember any of them actually, but like I have read some fairly renowned, I guess you could say, historians, and I'll get 2/3 of the way through their book and I'll be like, what is this right here? Like, and then it just bugs the heck out of me. And it might have been they missed an E in the, or there's a comma missing, or, like something dumb. And it will almost ruin the book for me because I'll get so focused on, well, what else did they miss? But you guys did a great job, and I was smiling all the way through it, thankfully.
Adams, I think we had a really good back and forth with them.
Well,
like,
and that's
sometimes
good.
we would be like, oh, we missed a, oh, and they would be like, oh, we missed a, or like, oh, you referenced this, but we accidentally cut it from this part. Oopsie daisies.
Oh,
we got to put it back, right? I just, not to pivot too hard, but I would just like to say, never in my dreams did I think that I would get to ask Daps Magic to write an accolade for my book.
And then he would do it. And then he would actually do it.
And then he would do it.
Because like, we're making a list. We're making a list. And I was the one like, let's ask Daps. And she's like, he'll never do it. He's way too important. I'm like, whoa. We're friends. Important. And also,
he actually likes us. Yeah.
Yeah, I do very much so.
He is a really good person to keep embargoes, though, because I didn't even read an advanced copy. He was like, no, you can't see this. I was like, oh, okay.
I'm assuming you guys get embargoed stuff all the time too.
We do.
And you live by the rules, and that keeps your life simple. And
so
it makes life
once
easier.
I had the book in my hands, I was like, oh boy, I finally get to be part of this.
I was thrilled. Yeah.
So tell me, how long did it take from you start writing, you basically start writing again, it sounds like, and then let's say to when you finished editing? How many months, whatever was that?
So initial writing, they had to start mid-December, and we owed the first draft towards the end of March. And they let us know at the beginning, they're like, this is going to be a fast process because we want to get to market before Christmas.
Fair.
Yeah.
So, and things were doing different batches. So like we had little due dates along the way. We're returning some amount on this date, some amount on this date, some amount on this date. And then while we're getting stuff back, while we're giving stuff to them, they're also giving us the first rounds of edits so we can see what's working and what isn't. Mm-hmm. So it was kind of a strange process, but
a lot of moving parts
helped us.
Yeah.
Like make sure we're moving in the right direction, what was working, what wasn't, so we could like rejigger along the way and like have a better finished product. And to your point about like typos and like mistakes, like more opportunities for us to catch those along the way too.
Was it June? Was June like stamp complete? Aside from, we also got to look at the book formatting, the map, the cover, right? So all
Uh-huh.
of those things separately too. But I feel like June, because then we read for the audiobook in August. That feels right.
That is so
So 6 months ish, 7 months.
I mean, if you count the audiobook, then 7 or
Yeah.
8.
Wow.
Yeah.
8
That's-
with the audiobook recording.
that's impressive.
That is another full-time job.
Yeah.
But I mean, but it was exactly that. Like we would do our regular 8 hours, and then each night we would spend between 3, 4, 5 hours, like at night, at least one of us
sure.
writing, or like one of
Mhm.
us would write and one of us would work on a video that day, and then like we would flip the other way. The next person would do the video the next night, and then like the other one of us would write because we have computers that sit next to each other. So like
Not this one up. Yeah, not the one you guys are seeing me on now. A different one, just for the audio listeners. Yeah.
Mhm.
But she would she gets a little nervous if she's like typing and I can see her type.
Oh, I'm fair. Yeah, I understand that.
Don't look at me.
Do
She
not
does the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because then you start overthinking about what you're typing,
Mhm.
and you're like, "Oh, did that sound dumb?" Or whatever. But no, I totally resonate with that. So this is a crazy, almost a year now. What did you guys learn about yourselves individually, and then also together while writing this?
I mean, I think for some of us, it's like strengths and weaknesses for what we can write, because like thinking that we can both do this like half of the book on our own and just divide it, like there are different things that we're each better at. Where like it's easier for me to like write words and move in a direction and kind of have like I mean, a vision's the wrong word, but like a direction I want something to go in. Where Skyla initially, and I don't mean this as like a criticism, it's kind of like putting all your ideas in a shotgun, shooting them against the wall, and then writing all of those things. So like, I think,
Oh yeah,
like,
I'm very much like the spider web idea chart.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Rye is a very straight line.
so
We are very similar. Yes. Yeah.
but like having like this direction there, and then Skyla like editing towards that direction. So like I could have a vision and say a lot of words and do something, and she could along the way kind of like follow me and make it magical, opposed to like whatever I was like nonsense I was doing along the way.
That's very cool.
Yeah, we've always worked really well together. Otherwise, I don't think some of the things we've done together in the past would have worked. We
Guarantee
Twitch
it.
live stream together in the early parts of our relationship. Like we've always done a business together, which is very funny. But we know we work well together, but it was about the strengths and weaknesses for this thing in particular. And I
Mhm.
really do love researching, and I love fluffy writing. I
Okay.
love the big long words, the very pretty abstract
Mhm.
poetry-esque sort of writing. And Rye's like, so we're gonna have to dial it back. Just a
So
little.
I think a lot about like newspapers, and newspapers are very much like try to write towards like a 5th grade reading level, because you want to make your work as approachable as you can.
Yes.
So it's like for this book, like I would like it to be written at close to like a 5th grade reading level to make it easy for people, regardless of what age they are, coming to Disneyland so they can enjoy the book. So Skyla wants these like very
I'm
long,
not allowed to say quintessential Americana, I guess.
That is a very pretty word, though.
That's
Thank you.
Mhm.
Mhm.
You just up the grades by like 5 levels
I
when
know,
you did
it's
that,
rough.
but what would you say was the biggest challenge in writing a book?
Time management. I am infamously a procrastinator. I like to do all of my homework last minute. You can't really do that if you want to keep your sanity. It feels like for us, for writing books.
our first delivery date. So I had spent like every night 1 to 3 hours writing. And Skyla's like, well, just let me know when it's good. Hey, just let me know when it's whatever. And like, so as we get closer to the first deadline, I had done a bunch of work, and Skyla's like, I'm at the park on Fridays, and Skyla's like, I'll use this time when you're at the park at Fridays and just like grind through everything. And as we get closer to the deadline, like first deadline was Skyla spending a lot of time like while I was sleeping going through stuff, because like we were so close to the deadline, and like she had a hard time emotionally getting to where we needed to get.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the deadlines helped.
Yeah, the deadlines helped. Yeah, I feel like I have to be in a certain mindset to do that.
Yeah.
And that was a really hard one to just click on. So sometimes you're delayed.
Mhm.
What was what are you most proud of having now? You're doing the rollout. You're getting to do all these really cool things. What are you most proud of with this book?
Seeing people hold it.
Yeah,
That's a very silly little thing.
it being real.
That's not silly at all.
Another "What is my life" moment. Like,
Yeah, seeing people that I don't know post about it on Instagram.
yeah,
Right? It's like, oh, it's not just my 5 family members again. It's like
yeah.
people, other people. That's been, and I know that that's little, but like that's been the one for
No,
me.
that's not little at all.
I mean, for me, it's just seeing that it's real. Like, we before it came out, we were at a Barnes and Noble that broke Street Date, and we saw it on the shelf. And while I mean, we have feelings about people breaking Street Date, seeing that in person, seeing the physical copy of that, like, I had a lot of feelings.
It's right
And
there.
it being so unexpected.
Yeah,
So we just happened. We were like, I don't know. We're walking by. Let's just go look. Oh my God, there it is. So touch it, smell it.
I was I'm a child of the late 90s, early 2000s. So I grew up on books like this, which is part of what made me the Disney fan that I am today, specifically Disney Parks fan. Because I would just pour over books like this. What do you guys hope that people get out of your book?
I mean, I think a different appreciation for the park, because I think, like, it's one thing to like Disney, and we all like Disney different ways. So, like, for example, as a kid, my love of Disney is how many rides can I get in on a day, and just like focus on rides and do this.
Mhm.
But like a book like that, like I remember like hidden Mickey books, like as a kid,
Yes.
and the whole, like, there's more to the park than just rides. There's more to the park than this, and Imagineers, like the love and the care to like put things on there. So I think, like, from a book like this, for me personally, it's how do people get more of an appreciation for the park and understand things in a different way than what they did before, because of all of the intent that Imagineers have, especially in a way that isn't necessarily immediately apparent to you. Because, like, how do you know what forced perspective is if you don't look for forced perspective, right?
Mhm.
How do you know what a weenie is?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know what a weenie is.
And I got cut.
Right.
We cut it right out of the book.
Got it. The weenie got cut. So sad. I just hope that it inspires people to look around.
Yeah.
Disney is not just for me personally. I think it all going from place to place. It's not just like hit this, hit this, hit this. Disney is every piece of it. It's every plant, it's every smell, it's every cast member costume, it's every weird little bench. It's just every piece of it. And I hope that people look at this and then take that as inspiration to just look around a little bit more and explore.
I love that. All right. We have come to the part of the podcast where we throw you under the bus. No, where
Yay.
Beep, beep.
we call this Fast Five. We're going to ask you 5 questions, and you can decide who answers first, but each of you get to answer each question. And the whole point is a quick, under 30 seconds. And, if it has to go longer, it's fine.
Succinct.
But
It's Rye. You think you can do under 30 seconds?
I know. That's
I
why I
talk
said
very
it, because
quickly.
normally I don't even bring up the time or whatever. I'm like, but the point is a quick answer to a quick question. And one of them I already know I'm probably in trouble with. But are you guys ready for Fast Five?
I believe we are. Are we taking turns, alternating, or how we do this?
You both will answer each question. And you guys can determine who goes first or second.
Okay, what do you want to do, Skylar?
I'll go first.
Every time?
Okay.
Every time.
Perfect.
There we
Okay,
go.
I love it.
that. All right, here we go. Fast Five. Number 1. What is your go-to snack at Disneyland Resort?
Churros.
Beer.
I knew that was
It's a
coming.
good snack. Question 2, and Daps probably chose me to ask this because I have personally done this. If you had to ride one ride from open to close in one of the parks, which one would you choose?
Guardians.
The train.
Ooh, good answer.
That's what I would choose too. All right. If you were to go, question number 3, if you were to go on a road trip with a Disney character, who would you pick and why?
Goofy. I already know that he's good at them.
That's true.
I was
On
also
the
going to say
open
Goofy
road.
because I've watched Goofy movie.
Yeah.
Honestly, when I wrote the question, that was what was in my head.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
What is your favorite Disney movie. That's hard. Yeah, I know.
Why are you doing this?
I
Yeah.
didn't know that was
Me.
going to be the one that was hard. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because I'm a really big classic fan. So I'm gonna go
Okay.
Lady and the Tramp.
Oh,
Excellent choice.
The one that always surprises people, except for Skyla, Encanto. Like I've watched Encanto a
Oh,
few times. Like I have a
yeah.
lot of feelings about that one. So
Beautiful.
it's an excellent one.
All right, I'm going to get controversial here. Fifth question: If you were going to pitch a new Disney movie based on an attraction and it can't already have a movie, what attraction would you choose?
Hold on, I'm scrolling. Big Thunder.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
I think
don't know
there's
about-
some haunted stuff going on there. So
And they
Big
keep
Thunder's a good
changing it.
choice,
So
yeah.
who, you know,
Well, every park has their own story for Big Thunder, so I think
Mm-hmm.
there's so many stories and through threads you can do there. I mean, I don't know if I have a good answer. I mean, I want to say Space Mountain, but I don't even know what that movie would look like. So
oh, I don't care. I want that movie.
That's a good movie.
That
Mountain.
I have actually talked to people about that where we've been wandering through Tomorrowland and be like, you know, they really should just make a movie for Space Mountain. And there's no reasoning behind it other than it just seems like it's fast and a good time. So
With
why not?
a Space Mickey cameo.
With a
Space
Space
Mickey.
Mickey cameo. That's exactly what it
must
is.
have.
Well, thank you guys for being on Daps Magic, the podcast. Thanks for being such a positive influence in the community, always making people smile. I can't think of many people that I know in the parks that are guaranteed to make the people around them smile every time they walk into the area. And I see that with you guys all the time. And I'm not just saying that for me. Like I see people when they don't know I'm watching. But you guys are such a fantastic influence in the community. And I'm glad we get to know you. And I'm glad you wrote this book. So people, you should go out and get I Love Disneyland. You can get it online. You can get it at Barnes & Noble where we got ours. And I bet if you carried it into the park, they might even sign it for you. I hope, right?
There's a chance.
There's a chance. I know some people can't contractually, but
Oh, we can.
okay, perfect. There you go. So bring a pen and maybe, you know, if you get,
Don't bring a Sharpie. Security will not let you bring a Sharpie.
don't bring a Sharpie, but you know,
Really?
I bet if
Yeah.
you were to buy Rye a beer, he will definitely sign your,
my handwriting will get way worse, but yes, I bet.
you know what? It's fine. But
But what if we see all three of you? Will you also sign where your acknowledgement is?
that would be up to them.
Please do. Actually. Please
Okay.
do.
Okay. So there we go. We have permission. Before we leave, where is everywhere? Because you are on a couple platforms. Where do they find you?
You can find us as Sometimes Castles on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube primarily. However, you can also find us on Threads and Facebook if you want to go there.
And where's
Oh,
the
and
number one place they should
sometimescastles.com.
go?
Sorry,
Oh,
sometimescastles.com.
that's important too. Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that
And
one.
their first place is probably TikTok. Is that where you would
TikTok would
say
be the
number one
first.
go? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for hopping on with us. I look forward to seeing you guys in the park as I always do. And everybody else, make sure you go and follow them. Go get their book. You won't regret it. And it will be a blast.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah,
Thank you
thanks
guys for
giving
being
time.
here.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Daps Magic, the podcast. And thank you to Rye and Skyla for sharing your passion and your positivity with us. If you aren't following Sometimes Castles yet, I highly encourage you to go and do it now. As they mentioned in the interview, you can find them with the handle Sometimes Castles on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube primarily. They also can be found at sometimescastles.com, where they have some really fun merch. Sometimes Castles is a wonderfully positive part of the Disney community, and it was a privilege to get to talk to them about their new book, their love of Disney, and just hanging out with them. If you're looking for more Disney and positive stuff, this is the right place to be. Along with checking out all of our content on dapsmagic.com, we'd also love to chat with you about all of the fun things that are going on in the realm of Disney and positive stuff. We do this on our Facebook group, or if you'd like more behind-the-scenes looks, access, or conversation with the Daps Magic team, connect with us on Patreon. Each week, there are Patreon exclusive live streams, updates, photos, and more. We'd love to see you there. Thank you again for listening to Daps Magic, the podcast. I appreciate you. I appreciate your friendship. I also appreciate your support. Make it a great week, everybody, and keep kind.